Hey, this is Jill Ciminillo with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and this week I am driving the Toyota 4Runner, and this generation of this vehicle was last introduced in 2010. And in case you don't remember 2010, yeah, Barack Obama was president, and that was 3 years after the iPhone was introduced. So in case you missed it, that was a really long time ago. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm just going to show you some of the things that have been updated on this vehicle since its introduction in 2010. And I'll be honest with you, it's not a lot. So let's take a closer look right now. All right, let us start with the engine, because lest you think this is one thing that has been updated, it has not. It was introduced in 2010 with a 4.0 liter V6 engine, and yep, that is still the same engine it has today. Now, it did originally also have a 2.7 liter i4 engine, but that was discontinued after the first model year. Something else that is still the same on this vehicle, and that is going to be the transmission. It has a 5-speed. Did not know that it existed in today's day and age, but a 5-speed ECT automatic transmission. Now, one of the bigger changes to this vehicle did come in 2014 when it received its, I'd like to call it a mid-cycle refresh, but 2014 is still a really long time ago, but it received a little bit of a refresh. So you have the new front fascia. The side shape is still going to be very much the same as it was when it was originally introduced, but then you also have a new rear fascia as well. So the front and rear designs were updated in 2014, and you also got an updated interior with soft touch surfaces and, you know, just a little bit more of an upgrade. But essentially, the vehicle you see here today is the vehicle that was introduced in 2010. Just some cosmetic upgrades to the front and rear of the vehicle. The TRD Pro trim was introduced in the United States in 2015, but outside of that, between 2015 and 2020, the only updates and changes made to this vehicle were trims and special editions. Yep, that is about it. 2020, however, brought some more changes, and we'll go inside to talk about those. Now, the interior of the Toyota 4Runner is incredibly old school. You have very little ornamentation. You do have this TRD badging on the headrest, but otherwise you are looking at something that probably looks pretty similar to what it did in 2010. You do not have a digital screen. You have a very small infotainment screen, and hey, look at this, you have actual buttons and dials for your HVAC and for your volume control. But no, not a lot has been done here. This is still incredibly old school, right down to your little switch here for your heated seats, which, yep, we're going to leave those on. Okay, so what has actually been updated? Well, they added Toyota Safety Sense with pedestrian sensing. That's their safety suite. They added that in 2020, and they added wired-in Apple CarPlay in 2020. Then you just got some special editions for 2021, but then in 2022 you saw the addition of rear cross traffic alert and blind spot monitoring, which became standard on most trims, and you saw the addition of LED fog lights and high beams, as well as, and this is probably one of my favorite features, an around view camera. So living in the city of Chicago, I definitely appreciate the fact that you can get a good view. Now, this camera is really low tech and low resolution, but still gives you a good view of what is surrounding the vehicle when you are trying to parallel park or get in and out of tight spaces in urban environments. And you can press the little button again, and it gives you your side view so you can see how close you are to the curb. The weird thing is, because this was an ad, you know, a late ad, 2022, and your camera button is over here. So yeah, you press that button to get this and you can cycle through. You also have that screen popping on when you put the vehicle into reverse. Now, the final and biggest change I think that you probably saw in 2022 was this right here, and that is the fact that push button start became standard on all trims. I do want to point out, however, again, because a lot of this stuff was put together after the fact, your heated steering wheel button is right here, which isn't necessarily a bad location, but I will say there were a couple of times that I meant to hit the heated steering wheel and hit the stop start button instead. Thank goodness I was still in my parking space. Yep, that is pretty much it in terms of changes to the Toyota 4Runner since 2010. You do have some technology adds in 2020 and 2022, but yeah, major facelift in 2014, and we probably won't see another one until ... whenever it is that Toyota decides to put this in for a full redesign. But frankly, the people who buy this vehicle love the old school design, and I'm not sure I see that happening anytime soon. So that is what I have for you this week on the Toyota 4Runner. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check us out on the web at pickuptrucktalk.com, and I will see you down the road.